We humans are social creatures. We crave connection. It's in our nature to seek out companionship and build relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, or even strangers, we are constantly looking for ways to connect and communicate. This need for social interaction is deeply ingrained in us, and it influences much of our behavior. And sometimes we send out signals without even realizing it. These signals can be as subtle as a glance or as obvious as a touch. They are part of the unspoken language of human interaction. Our body language, facial expressions, and even the tone of our voice can convey messages that we might not be consciously aware of. Ever found yourself saying certain things to get someone's attention? Maybe you drop a hint or make a comment that you know will catch their ear. It's a way of signaling interest and inviting a response. These little tactics are all part of the dance of social interaction. Come on now, you know you have. We've all done it at some point. It's a natural part of trying to connect with others. Whether it's a playful admission or a shared experience, these moments help to build rapport and strengthen our social bonds. We all have our little tricks. Maybe it's a certain way of standing or a particular gesture that we use to draw attention. These behaviors are often subconscious, but they play a crucial role in how we interact with others. Maybe you laugh a little louder when you're around someone you like. Laughter is a powerful tool in social interactions. It can signal enjoyment, create a sense of camaraderie, and even attract attention. When we laugh, we often do so with more energy and enthusiasm when we're around people we want to impress. Maybe you find yourself accidentally bumping into them at a party. Physical proximity can be a way of signaling interest and creating a connection. These seemingly accidental touches can convey a lot of meaning and help to build a sense of closeness. Or maybe, just maybe, you use certain phrases that are designed to pique their interest. The words we choose can have a powerful impact on how others perceive us. By using specific language, we can capture attention and spark curiosity. We're going to dive into the fascinating world of attraction, specifically focusing on the language women use. This topic is rich with insights and nuances that can help us better understand the dynamics of human interaction. Believe me, it's a world full of nuance and subtlety. The way we communicate, both verbally and non-verbally, can reveal a lot about our intentions and feelings. By paying attention to these details, we can gain a deeper understanding of the social signals around us. Get ready to learn something. This journey into the language of attraction will open your eyes to the many ways we communicate interest and build connections. So stay tuned and let's explore this intriguing topic together. Women are masters of communication. They have an innate ability to convey complex emotions and thoughts with just a few words or gestures. This skill is not just limited to their interactions with other women, but extends to their conversations with men as well. They use a whole arsenal of tools, from body language to tone of voice, to get their message across. Hand gestures, facial expressions, and even the way they position their bodies can all communicate something significant. It's like they have a secret code that only those who pay close attention can decipher. And when it comes to attraction, well, let's just say they have a few secret weapons. A playful smile, a lingering glance, or a subtle touch can speak volumes. These are not random acts but carefully orchestrated moves designed to capture attention and spark interest. Sometimes it's not about what they say, but how they say it. The tone of their voice, the rhythm of their speech, and even the pauses they take can add layers of meaning to their words. A simple statement can become a flirtatious invitation or a heartfelt compliment depending on how it's delivered. A simple, "Hey, how are you?" can take on a whole new meaning with the right inflection and a flirty smile. It's these nuances that make communication so fascinating and at times, so perplexing. The same words can mean different things in different contexts, and women are particularly adept at using this to their advantage. Other times, it's all about the words themselves. Certain phrases are like keys that unlock the door to understanding a woman's true feelings. These phrases might seem casual or even mundane, but they often carry a deeper significance. Certain phrases, often delivered casually, can be a dead giveaway that a woman is interested. Phrases like, "I had a great time with you," or "We should do this again sometime," are not just polite conversation. They are signals of interest and attraction. Stick with me, folks, and I'll reveal some of these secret phrases. By the end of this journey, you'll be better equipped to decode the subtle and not-so-subtle signals that women use to communicate their interest. So, let's dive deeper into the fascinating world of attraction and uncover the secrets that lie beneath the surface. Now, you might be thinking, why all the subtlety? Why not just come right out and say what you mean? Well, it's not always that simple. There's a whole lot of psychology at play here. For one thing, women are often conditioned to be more indirect in their communication. It's a societal thing. They're not always comfortable being overly assertive for fear of being perceived negatively, but there's also an element of playfulness and intrigue. A little mystery can be a powerful thing. By using subtle cues and phrases, women can gauge a man's interest without putting themselves out there too much. All right, enough with the theory. We've all been there, right? Sitting through endless lectures or reading countless articles about how to understand the subtle hints and signals people give off. But let's be real, theory can only take us so far. It's time to dive into some real-life scenarios and see how these concepts play out in the wild. Let's get down to some real-life examples. Imagine you're at a party, and you notice someone across the room who keeps glancing your way. You might think it's just a coincidence, but often it's not. People use body language and small talk to communicate their interest. Here are a few phrases that women often use when they're interested in someone. These aren't just random words, they're carefully chosen to create a connection. For instance, if a woman says, "Oh, you like that band too? I saw them in concert last year." This isn't just a casual remark. It's a way of saying, "Hey, we have something in common. Let's bond over it." "It was amazing." Translation, "We have something in common. Let's talk more about it." Now let's say you're out and about, and a woman approaches you with a question. Do you know how to get to insert location? This might seem like a straightforward question, but often it's a way to start a conversation. Maybe you could show me. Translation, "I'm using a flimsy excuse to spend more time with you." It's a subtle way of saying, "I want to spend more time with you, even if it's just for a few minutes." And then there's the classic, "You're hilarious. I love your sense of humor." Translation, "I find you attractive and I'm trying to flatter you." Humor is a powerful tool in building connections. When someone laughs at your jokes, it's often a sign that they enjoy your company and want to keep the interaction going. These are just a few examples, of course. The possibilities are endless. Every interaction is unique, and people have their own ways of showing interest. The key is to be observant and attentive. The key is to pay attention to the context and her overall demeanor. Look for patterns in her behavior. Is she making an effort to keep the conversation going? Is she finding reasons to be near you? These are all signs that she might be interested. So, next time you're in a social setting, keep these tips in mind and see if you can spot the signals. Happy observing? So, how can you tell if a woman is genuinely interested or just being friendly? It's all about reading between the lines. Pay attention to her body language. Is she making eye contact, smiling, leaning in when you speak? These are all good signs. Also, listen to her tone of voice. Is it playful, flirty, or is it flat and monotone? Remember, communication is a two-way street. If you're picking up on positive signals, don't be afraid to reciprocate. Engage in conversation, ask questions, and show her that you're interested too. Now, before you go around thinking every woman who smiles at you is head over heels, let's get real for a second. Not every seemingly flirty phrase is a surefire sign of attraction. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Women, like everyone else, can be friendly and outgoing without any romantic intentions. Don't be that guy who reads too much into a casual comment or a playful touch. That's a recipe for awkwardness and misunderstandings. It's all about using your best judgment and, most importantly, treating women with respect, regardless of their intentions. At the end of the day, the best way to know if someone is interested in you is to communicate. No more guessing games. If you think there might be a spark, be upfront about your feelings. The worst that can happen is they say they're not interested. And if that happens, brush it off and move on. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Just remember, clear and respectful communication is always the best policy. Now go out there and start connecting.